It's a your strong master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, big weekend for Eminem fans because of all the new music dropping.
Yeah.
And one of the big songs here, Renaissance, is already climbing the chart. There's no music video for it, but I might gotta check it out.
You gotta have
Got
to.
it, right? Because especially his latest stuff, it's been an interesting mix so far. One song that feels like it harkens back to his old Slim Shady days. And the new one, Toby, which feels so different from a lot of his stuff he's done. Yeah, so I'm curious to see what the rest of the tracks are like. But, you know, this one here called Renaissance got me thinking, like, wait a minute, is this really the death of Slim Shady?
Looks like a bag for body.
Yeah, you know, his head peeping out here, and he's got the little tussle of white hair, so that's definitely Slim Shady. But if you know the word Renaissance, like what it means, it kind of has like two meanings, right? One is there's this period back in ancient Europe. This was like the Renaissance period, where pretty much all the most famous artists that you could think about came from that era. Basically, all the Ninja Turtles are named after them. But it was like a Renaissance of art. Right? Like some of the most creative stuff that was coming out of there. And it was because like people were masters of multiple trades. So you weren't just a musician, but like say you were a mathematician, you were a scientist, and that mixed together.
Genius
you turned to, geniuses were, creative geniuses were coming out of that era. But it harkened back to what I would call old school art. Like they would go back and really appreciate what was created like in ancient Rome and ancient Greece. So you kind of think about this rebirth, which is really what Renaissance means. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. Rebirth doesn't mean something's dead. It's almost like Slim Shady's being reborn. So maybe that's his twist. Maybe that's the storyline he's trying to tell here. Like, I'm killing off the old Slim Shady, but it's going to be reborn as a new Slim Shady of 2024.
Oh, it's got my mind tricked. Damn.
I already figured it out, Eminem. So let's check it out. I actually think this would probably harken back to some of his old school music. Without even listening to it, just based off the title, it's like a remix of what the old sound was like. All right, let's check it out. By the way, you want more cool reactions? Well, subscribe to this channel.
And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show, only for my fans. Oh.
Tui guy. What the hell? She better star in this music video if he has
with
one.
balls in his durag, he sags, fearing no man. He stands pen in his hand like Edward Scissorhands, who slices competition and just goes about his business. Anyone who knows about him knows about his shindig, shenanigans, and all his wacky antics in the papers. Shady's dangling, a baby tangled in a blanket, strangling him, hanging him over the railing by the ankles on some gangster shit. Child endangerment, dark brain arcane, but it Mark Twain in it. You aren't taming it, sharp pain in the heart, aiming a bar chamber that carved names in it. Start spraying it, start raving, I'm beef, start craving it. You're at arm's length, different harm's way of it. About to show your ass why I'm still a pain in it. You wanna know how I do it? I can't explain the shit. Mechanics brain with a pinch of Big Daddy Kane in it. But I can show you the ropes till you get the hang of it.
This already sounds like old school Eminem.
Yeah,
even the beat.
Very
reminiscent of maybe not the old Slim Shady days, but maybe around when he was like in the early 2000s. That hard hitting. Yeah, I'm not doing it justice, but yeah, that's throwback. This feels like a throwback.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Elephantitis to the nuts element of intelligent hoodlum, arrested development. Cellar dwellers and wise intelligence. And element to read through hell I went. Accelerant from lack of melanin. Failing in school, smart eloquent. Help me to rebel against shit so well invent. So eloquently, yeah, I was irrelevant. Soon as I quit giving the fuck, I started a celibate. Now there's traveling.
That's a pretty funny line, actually.
What? He's
basically saying, you know what? I became irrelevant. That's what y'all tell me. But the minute I stopped giving a shit, suddenly I'm like relevant again. Like there is an ironic twist about Eminem where he gets away where like when he tries to be serious, no one takes him serious. But the minute he just like, whatever, I'm just going to like say what's on top of my mind. I'm not going to be woke by any of this stuff. Suddenly he's like, yeah, that's awesome. Maybe that's where his zone is. But it's funny like how people react to it that way.
You can never tell what people think.
The mind of a hater, cause I don't see no fans, all I see is a bunch of complainers. Kendrick's album was cool, but it didn't have any bangers. Wayne's album and Ye's couldn't tell you which one was lamer. Joyner's album was corny, Shady's new shit is way worse. Everything is either too tame, it is too much anger. I didn't like the beat, so I hated, might delete later. You nerdy freaks would find something wrong with 36 chambers. It's what they do to the greats, pick apart a Picasso and make excuses to hate. So you can wait for your flowers until you're blue in the face. Stupid, you ain't gonna get them until your funeral wake.
What?
It's cut just like that?
Is there any more?
What happened?
I feel like he was just starting to get into it. I thought he was going to kick it up a notch or two, and that was the shortest banger I've ever heard from him. It's almost like a teaser.
Tease.
I mean, maybe that is a tease. Maybe it wasn't the whole song. No.
Double check.
I think that is the whole song. Doesn't say Renaissance teaser. It's that, yeah.
Yeah, to cut off all the haters and
maybe that's what it is. It's symbolic. Like, yeah, what are you going to say about? That's it.
Yeah, it's your problem now to think.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. That was kind of weird. I feel like it was almost like he was going to like go harder and faster.
Right.
Build up.
He deliberately do that. You. Wow.
But I like it actually. It's it's like a warm up almost. I feel like a warm up act to what's coming next. I mean, let me know if you guys think I got the interpretation right. I feel like kind of like where he's going with this whole thing. Because he keeps talking about the death of Slim Shady, but throughout all of this, it's like you just see Slim Shady everywhere. It almost feels like he's coming back stronger. In fact, the last video, Toby, what happened? What do we see at the end? It was Jason with the mask, right? And Jason never dies. He just keeps coming back stronger and stronger. Friday the 13th, 69 is coming out this year. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm excited for this.